A local high schooler threatens to kill 20 students. You're watching Xavier News.
I'm Emily Mayers.
And I'm Hannah Black. A local Cincinnati high school student from Madeira threatened to kill 20 students this past Monday. A fellow classmate reported this incident to the superintendent and principal. This led to the arrest of the 15-year-old suspect. However, when her home was searched, there was no evidence found that she was going to carry out the threat. She will still be charged with inducing panic at her school. Officials and police are still looking into the incident.
In lighter news, Muskies, the wait is over. SAC has officially announced the Spring Concert Act, and it is none other than rapper B.O.B. The concert will be around 7 p.m. on Saturday, April 2nd. This is very exciting news considering B.O.B. is nominated for 5 Grammy Awards this year. Stay tuned for more information on tickets. In other news from campus, our Xavier television studio is one step closer to having an internet broadcast. Our own Hannah Black has the story.
The Xavier television studio opened its doors in 1981. However, still to this day, many students don't even know it exists.
The studio is home to the electronic media program and student-run television club. Currently, Xavier's Television Club interrupts MTVU programming to bring the campus Xavier News, Brand X, and The Musk, along with several other programs. Recently, Xavier changed its cable provider from Time Warner to Cincinnati Bell in an attempt to save money. However, this created a problem for Channel 18 on the Muskie. The TV club lost its channel. Over the next couple of months, the club bargained with Physical Plant and Cincinnati Bell to have a new channel set up. After a few months of channel hopping, they finally found a new home on Channel 14. But due to technical issues, the video signal was subpar. This led to a conversation about the future of the news broadcast.
Well, we've been looking to do an internet broadcast a long time ago, but when the whole cable situation came along, it gave us an opportunity to find a new solution. So in the end, really, we found one solution for 2 problems, an internet broadcast and a new cable channel.
The internet broadcast is still awaiting budget approval. It may not become a reality until the spring semester. We appreciate the patience of the campus while we find out where our new home will be.
Until then, I'm Hannah Black reporting to you from Internet Land on the Muskie. Don't forget to click attending on this event. Join SGA in the GSC Theater for a free viewing of The Social Network. There will be showings at 11 p.m. on Friday, January 28th, today, and Saturday, January 29th. If this was Facebook, I'd like it. Speaking of movies, our favorite movie guru, John Reese, has another review for us this week.
Hello, moviegoers. Opening up this weekend is The Mechanic, which is a remake of the 1972 film starring Charles Bronson. This remake stars Jason Statham, and it delivers the goods in this tight action film. Statham's character, Archbishop, aka the Mechanic, is an elite assassin with a strict code and unique talent for cleanly eliminating targets. It's a job that requires professional perfection and total detachment, and Bishop is the best in the business. But when his mentor and close friend Harry, played by Donald Sutherland, is murdered, Bishop is anything but detached. Now he's on a mission to eliminate those responsible for his friend's death. His mission grows complicated when Harry's impulsive son Steve, played by Ben Foster, approaches him with the same vengeful goal and a determination to learn Bishop's trade. Bishop has always acted alone, but he can't turn his back on Harry's son. So, the disciplined hitman takes Harry deep into his world, and a deadly partnership is born. But while in pursuit of their ultimate mark, deceptions threaten the surface, and those lured to fix problems become problems themselves. Jason Statham is a modern-day badass, and probably one of the last great action stars who actually does their own stunts. The film delivers on its premise by giving the audience good old relentless action scenes with a high dose of brutality and nastiness. Basically, what separates the mechanics from the cliche hitmen are that mechanics have to pull off assassinations and make it look like accidents. The movie sports some vicious and exciting action scenes, including one where Ben Foster miraculously takes down a 6'7", 350-pound killer with his bare hands. Jason Statham and Ben Foster work well together, and they seem to have a touching father-to-son relationship. The action parts are well done, so you don't notice the fact that all the law enforcement is non-existent and that the two characters walk away from explosions without a scratch. It's not as exhilarating as the Transporter and Crank films, but it comes close. All in all, it's a decent action film that will hold you over for a while. I give the film 3.5 muskies out of 5. This is John Reese for Xavier News.
Thanks, John. I'll be sure to see that one. The Xavier Dance Marathon, one of students' favorite annual events, is next Friday, February 4th. The event will take place in O'Connor Sports Center and will last from 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. Don't miss the chance to dance, play sports, win sweet prizes, eat free food, and most importantly, support the Cincinnati Children's Hospital. For more information on how to register, check out the Xavier Dance Marathon Facebook page. Many students attended the Asia Project this week, and Muskie reporter Corey Weeks has the story.
Xavier got a bit of sentiment, a bit of hope, and a bit of laughter this Wednesday night when it hosted internationally acclaimed poet Asia. Formerly known as Amando, Asia vowed that if he overcame his battle with cancer, that he would never take life for granted again. Upon recovery, he quit his job to focus on writing poetry and sharing it with audiences of all sizes.
He was diagnosed with cancer in his mid to late 20s, and he overcame it, and so his poetry is everything from very, very moving to hilarious, and it's just going to be a very good show.
Asia has been featured on Russell Simmons' HBO Def Poetry and performed with artists like Mos Def and DMX. His writing has been referred to as an honest testament to his life that uses humor and inspiration while provoking thought and self-reflection.
Just for a piece of the sun, we are to bent knees on bedroom floors, stretching our arms to the ceiling, hoping our prayers are heard amongst the prayers of millions. And then God spoke, said I was missing the purpose, because somewhere between the thresholds of our homes and the thresholds of churches, there will be days when prayers seem to hang.
Asia is currently on a national tour, hoping his message will resonate with college students who he believes hold the power to our future. This is Corey Weeks for Xavier News on the Muskie.
Don't slip on the ice, skate on it. Join the International Student Services for ice skating in Fountain Square in downtown Cincinnati. This Friday from 5:30 to 8 p.m. and every Friday through February 18th. Come and skate downtown for just $3. After you skate, you can visit many of the restaurants in Fountain Square, including Chipotle, Grater's, and Starbucks. Also, you will not want to miss the Voices for Change event coming up tomorrow. Kia Weathersby has the scoop.
The voices of justice and social equality are ringing this year. The players present Voices for Change. It's a student-developed and produced performance pieces that are powerful and will strike the heart. It runs from January 28th through the 30th from 7:30 p.m. Tickets are only $3 for students.
Voices for Change is a series of student-written, student-performed, directed, and produced shows compiled into one about a series of social issues. Well, the show I'm involved with is called Brown Bear, Brown Bear, and it's a show that Xavier students have actually worked with Starfire students. Starfire is a local nonprofit dedicated to empowering people with cognitive disabilities. So we've actually written a script with them, and it's a show about disabilities and disability as a social label more than an actual thing, and how that stigma and that label keeps people down, and how we all are disabled by our social various social labels that we have. So I thought that was a really cool opportunity to get to interact with a lot of really special people. I think disability rights is a really important issue, so I just really wanted to be involved with the show and have the opportunity to work with both Xavier students and people from Starfire.
And again, make sure you come out this weekend for Voices for Change. This is Kia Weathersby signing off for the Muskie News.
Thanks, Kia. I'm sure that event will have a big turnout. Learn more about the Sacrament of Reconciliation next Thursday, February 3rd, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. at Theology by the Slice. This event is located in the Clock Tower Lounge in Gallagher. Pizza will be provided. In national news, California teacher disappeared a week after leaving a mysterious note on her blackboard. Deborah Schmidt did not show up to class in Tierra Linda High School, and instead, her students found the mysterious note. Written on the board was, "Thank you, everyone," and there will be no clues discovered since then. Students are hoping that her Facebook page will turn up answers for them.
Now it is time for the wacky news story of the week. The party poopers over in Iran have banned the production of Valentine's Day gifts and promotion of this day to celebrate romantic love, to combat what it sees as the spread of Western culture. Printing, producing any products related to Valentine's Day, including posters, brochures, cards, boxes with symbols of hearts, half of hearts, red roses, or any other activities are simply banned. Read on the instructions were, authorities will take legal action against those who ignore the ban. In our last story, John Reese has the best and worst movies of 2010 for us.
2010 wasn't a bad year for movies, but just a little disappointing compared to 2009. The year started out with a bang, but slowly dwindled throughout the year and fell behind 2009 in terms of critical and commercial successes. Still, the past year had its share of very good films, to films that deserve to be thrown into a bonfire. In my opinion, one of the best films of the year was The Social Network. The film earned astonishing reviews and earned great commercial success. The tale of Mark Zuckerberg, the creator of Facebook, is perfectly scripted with rich dialogue, beautifully directed, and is filled with incredible performances. I dare say that it is the 21st century version of Citizen Kane. Animated films like Toy Story 3 and How to Train Your Dragon prove that animation shouldn't be limited to just one genre. It is an art form to tell any kind of story, whether it be a comedy or a drama. They are enjoyable films that can appeal to any kind of demographic. Inception proved that summer blockbusters can be smart, thought-provoking, and action-packed. It's a heist movie that is set in one's mind with elaborate set pieces, massive special effects, and breathtaking shots. This is Christopher Nolan's most ambitious film yet. It is not a masterpiece, but it is a film that dares you to think outside the box. Films like 127 Hours and Black Swan have remarkable performances. James Franco, who stars in 127 Hours, has given the best performance of his career so far. In the film, he plays a rock climber who gets his arm trapped under a boulder and has to resort to desperate means in order to live. Based on a true story, Franco carries the entire film on his back and really gets into the mind of the character. Natalie Portman's performance in Black Swan is simply beautiful in a dark and twisted kind of way. Portman plays a ballerina who is trying to successfully pull a performance that combines the pure elegance of a white swan with the lustful allure of a black swan. Portman is in sync with her character as the audiences see the mental trauma as she experiences throughout the film. Other films worth checking out are The King's Speech, True Grit, The Kids Are Alright, The Fighter, and Winter's Bone, which are all nominated for numerous awards, and are truly some of the best pictures of the year. Now, let's move over to the trash. There were some unfunny films like The Virginity Hit and Grown Ups. There were horror films like Resident Evil Afterlife and My Soul to Take, which were painfully bad, and the 3D just made the experience even more unpleasant. Nevertheless, these films are nothing compared to the abomination called The Last Airbender. The Last Airbender is dull, forgettable, lazy, and just plain bad. This is M. Night Shyamalan's latest film, and it is an all-time low for him. There's no sense of danger in the film, and the battle scenes are just as exciting as watching paint dry. But guess what? This film is also in 3D, and it made the film unbearable. Shyamalan took a lighthearted anime and turned it into a heartless and bland film. This is John Reese for Xavier News.
Thanks again, John. Well, that's all we have for news this week.
Stay tuned for the Xavier Sports Report coming up next.